This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast for Thursday, March 16th. March Madness begins today. Charity is in classic overthink mode.
Oh, like you're not.
I haven't touched my bracket at all yet this morning. Although
That doesn't mean you didn't make changes yesterday, because what did you set me up for? 6 a.m. You're like, okay, what's the upset going to be?
Try what's the upset lock of the day. You didn't have one yet.
Well, no, because I didn't think about it. You're the one who's thinking about it. And then you get talking about it, and you offered like 3 of them. But I didn't change any of them. Penn State
tonight,
I had.
10 sign over, or 10
I don't
seed
look
over
at
7.
that as a upset, though. I just like Penn State.
Okay. They're a 10 seed, though, so they're beating us. It's not huge. Like, we're not calling a 15 over a 2 or something ridiculous like that.
But that could happen today, because there is a 15 over a 2.
And there are 2 or 3 of the 1 seeds are playing today. I know Kansas is playing early, and then Alabama, who I have. And
which is crazy, because they could get beat out. That is what is so crazy about this.
Whole thing. West Virginia,
All
Maryland.
number ones could be done first round.
No. There's only been one number 1 that's ever lost in the first round, and that was Virginia losing to the University of Maryland, Baltimore College.
That's not to say it couldn't happen.
I'm saying yes, correct. But the odds of it are just ridiculous.
But that's what is so crazy about this. That's why March is madness, is because
it's nuts.
It's one game. You win,
you're in, you're out,
or you're out.
Favorite part at the end of every game is when they pan over the cheerleaders.
Why?
And the girls are crying.
That's your favorite part?
Yeah. Can I finish?
Well, I didn't know. I can't tell if you're done or not. You're
more.
Pausing.
And the male cheerleaders who join cheerleaders at the beginning of the year just for that moment swoop in and console them.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And everybody's crying. And the guys are like, this is why we joined.
Yeah.
So I get a chance to...
So I can console them. What if they win?
Tell Stephanie, or whatever her name is, that's okay.
What if they win?
And then, well, that's just great. You're a cheerleader. They won. Cheer away. Crying.
They didn't join cheerleading because they love cheerleading and just wanted to be a part of it.
It's just an opportunity to get on television and get out of class.
Oh, my God.
And make new friends. Cheerleading.
March Madness starts today. I'm excited.
Starts today.
I look forward to hearing from you all weekend.
I'm going to send you a picture, then I'll tweet it out, of the spread.
Your food.
For myself alone. Left downstairs, so that I don't really have to leave the room if I choose not to. I have to go to the bathroom.
I was going to say, I hope
with my
you use
baby
the
bladder,
washroom.
I'll have to go like every 45 minutes. And it's just
Mark mentioned
awful.
that this was the busiest day in Vegas. This is also the busiest day for Mark.
It's a great
It is, but it isn't, because you're not going to do anything but watch basketball. But this is kind of your day.
You know what's crazy, though, is after a while I get kind of bored with it. And I have it on. I'll have it on, then I'll wander off and do something. But I know it's on. So I'm still a part of it without having to just sit there and be immersed in it. It's like it's going on around me.
Like the Super Bowl, I just want to see the second half. Like, I just want to see the end of the game.
Right. Okay.
I don't need to watch them running up and down the court for however long the game is. I can just tune in, because basketball's really fast that way. Like, you can have a basket and then turn around and have it. Like, it can go.
Right. Yeah. You can be down 6 and think it's over, but you know it
come right
isn't.
back.
Yeah.
So the last 5, maybe 8 minutes, that's kind of when I want to watch.
The way they set it up, there's a game at 12:15, 12:20, no, 12:15, 12:40, 12:50. There's like 3 games.
So they've got different courts going.
Oh, they have different spots around the nation. All the different regionals. There are different.
That's right, because the
all over
finals in
country.
Houston.
Yeah, so they all converge on Houston for the Final Four and the finals. But they'll run 3 games, 15 minutes apart early on. Then there's going to be a segment this afternoon where there's only 1 game on, and that's the only game going. And we're
is that
locked
a big
in
game?
on that.
What
I
game is
don't know.
that? Is that Alabama?
That might be the Alabama game today.
They're playing today.
They are.
That is Mark's pick. Hence why he won throwback this week, because he thinks, quote unquote, thinks Alabama's going to win it all.
The number 1 seed's so courageous to have taken the number 1 seed overall. So it's 12:15, 12:40, 1:40, 2 o'clock, 2:45, then 3:10, 4:10, and then 4:30, and then everybody breaks for supper and it doesn't pick up again until 10 to 7. What a dark period of the day that is.
Well, no,
game's
you know
over
what
and
really
there's 20
sucks?
minutes without basketball.
What really sucks is they launch into it this weekend, and we get what, three and a half days
Yeah.
of solid
4
basketball.
days. Yeah.
And then nothing.
Yeah. Then it stops.
And it's
So
like,
when
what
you
do I
think
do
of it,
now for 5 days?
There are 63 games to eliminate 63 teams and the first 48 games are played in the first 4 days.
Yeah.
And then after
Which
that,
is
it's
awesome.
like, well, there's just a
But
Sweet
then
16.
it's like,
15
I
more
gotta
games.
wait now? I gotta. Son of a.
You need the break.
I don't
Like
know.
Monday
I
morning
would
will
rather
be
have
exhausting.
it all. Like, just let's do it all. And
Here's
be
what I
done.
know. Here's what I know.
What
On
do you know?
Saturday morning when I wake up, of the first 32 games, 16 Thursday, 16 Friday, how many did I get right? It's the same number every year. And only 2 years has it been different, and it's just been one off. So I know exactly how many I'm
Say
going
that
to get
again.
right.
How many games are going to
Of
be
the
played?
32 games, how many will I get right? It's the same every year.
28.
21. I will get 21 of the 32
Wow.
correct every year.
I expected more from you.
One year, I got 13 of the first 16 on Thursday, and I thought, here I go. And I got 8 out of 16 on Friday.
Oh, Mark.
You bastard. Hate you, Friday.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
I will
honestly,
get 21 right.
I'm looking at the teams here, and yes, I rethunk a few of them. I'm going through it this morning. I was like, oh, okay, and I hovered over some. But I'm looking at them, and yes, Alabama overall #1. I get it. That's not to say they couldn't be beat out today.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And then what? And
Yeah.
then it's kind of like, well, there goes that.
I know. A lot of people took
that
Virginia
side's done.
when they were the number
Yeah.
one and they lost. And then the following year, how did they hold up with that misery? They won the national championship. They came
It's
back
such-
and yeah.
There's no rhyme or reason to it. And I
Of course
know you
not.
said that it's not likely, but all you need to do is get like one bug through the team or so, like, honestly,
Like
it just
a bad seafood tray?
yeah,
Yeah.
and the team's done. Or even just someone having a bad game can
Yeah.
really throw everybody off. So and that's pressure. Like, there's a lot of pressure.
Well, I was
going to
say, if you lose, if you're the #1 team, it's not that you're off. It's
No.
because of the 6 inches between your ears.
Oh,
you let
100%.
you get a bunch of 20-year-olds, because that's what they are. They're college kids,
Mm-hmm.
21-year-olds, and you make them think that, oh my God, we could lose to these guys, and you let that get in their head. I mean, we as adults, that happens all the time.
Well, and not only that, too. Yes, you don't want to lose, of course, because you lose, you're out. But as you've pointed out in years past, like for some, this is it.
This is it.
This is their
There's
last
no
time there. Some
pros.
have never made it. Some want to make it to the NBA. So again,
Mm-hmm.
might be their first year there, but they want to be noticed. They want to be seen. And if something happens, they
Yeah.
won't be. So there's a lot around this. And it's too bad because I know
No,
we've talked about this. I know it's amazing for us.
Yep.
I mean for the players in general, the pressure. The pressure.
NCAA runs a great ad. And I don't know if it's all the time because I've only seen it the last couple of years. And it talks about the quote-unquote student athlete. And the ad is that 97% of student athletes turn professional in something other than sports.
Yeah.
So it shows them then in
Exactly.
construction work, in real estate. And so they're getting the education. But we think that every NCAA player who's in basketball goes to the NBA. Now,
And that's so
maybe
funny.
3% of them do. And even then, they just sit on the bench.
Yeah.
Like there's only
Just
a
'cause you
handful that
go
never
doesn't
start.
mean exactly. And that's with
Yeah.
any sport. And it's so
Yeah.
funny, even so here in Canada, it's the NHL. Every kid wants to make it to the NHL.
Exactly, yeah.
I've said to Ben, because he has said that, he's like, I want to play in the NHL, Mom.
Sure he
I'm
does.
like, hey,
He's
you know
9.
what? Go for it. Do
Yeah.
what you want to do, whatever you want. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, it'd be great if you could just play well enough to get a scholarship. If you could go to
Right,
school.
right. Oh my gosh.
And get an education.
So true.
That's what you should be aiming for.
So
and
true.
if hockey or a sport can get you there, do it. Like, go
Yeah.
do it.
Oh, for sure.
Have some fun playing, but get an
Yeah.
education. So, yeah, yes, these guys clearly are talented playing basketball, but they're also getting an education, too. So, good for
Yep.
you guys.
Yep. So good luck with that with your brackets, everybody. Share tomorrow. I know today I'll probably get 11 right and 5 wrong, and then
Okay.
I'll get 10 right tomorrow.
I'm going to write that
and
down.
I'm hoping it's Iona. I'll get 11 right today, 10 right tomorrow.
Oh, I hope I'm right about Iona.
So am I. Come on.
See, I have
Rick
them going-
Pitino. 14 in a row they've won.
I have them going a little further, I think, than you do.
Okay. I have them going into the Sweet 16, then I think losing.
Against who? Kansas?
Yes.
See, I have Illinois. I have them up. I don't think Kansas is going to. I think
You
Illinois
got Kansas pooping the bed,
Yeah,
eh?
I got Illinois beating
staying
Kansas.
in the hammock.
I know.
Oh,
That's going to be an
okay.
interesting one. See, you're going to be like, oh,
I was thinking
okay,
of taking
Charity.
Kansas for the win.
I know you were.
Oh.
So how many games today?
16. 16
You're
today,
gonna take-
16 tomorrow, 8 on Saturday, 8 on Sunday.
So you think you'll win 11?
11 today, 10 tomorrow. Or 10 today, 11 tomorrow.
I think I got a big. I'll take 14 today.
Oh my
I think
gosh,
I got a
settle
pretty.
down.
I think I got a
No.
pretty good grasp on it.
Oh my God, I can't wait till you get your third loss so I can send that to you. How's that doing? What a jerk,
Okay,
right?
14
Sorry.
today.
14 today. How many on the weekend? 25?
No. See, today will be the big day.
Okay.
I'm pretty confident with my first round picks.
Okay.
So
But then first round's Friday too. There's
so today and
32.
tomorrow.
Yes, 32
Tomorrow
games.
maybe 11
Okay, so that's 25. You'll get 25 out of
overall.
32. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
The
Overall.
first 32, 25.
Yeah,
I'm going to
okay.
get 21.
All right,
I
fine.
always got 20. One year I got 22. You couldn't live with me. And then one year I only got 20, and that was it. I just gave up on the whole tournament.
This is stupid.
This is dumb. Why do I do
Doing
this?
this anymore.
No, I'm not
You
going
guys
to.
suck.
Well, maybe I'll do better today.
So we talked about that this morning.
Talk about that. Ready
and
for
that
that
kind of
today.
well, I didn't tie in, but it went into our how long do we hold grudges?
This
conversation,
really opened up the phone lines this morning because
which we will get into as well.
the headline is a misleading headline. You and
What's
I
the
being
headline?
the whole, how long can your sign hold a grudge?
What's misleading about that?
Is we really don't care how long our sign holds a grudge. It's how long does my wife sign, right? Like we don't care how long we hold grudges. It's
curious.
the people that we live
Yes.
with and love. Those are the grudges we worry about. We don't
The ones we worry
our
about.
own.
I was curious to know how accurate it was for myself, though, in
Okay.
that sense. But you're
Yeah.
right. I'd
But,
like to
I
know
mean,
what they said about the people around me.
Self-delusion. I mean, I can convince myself I don't carry a grudge. But
Oh, I
I'm
definitely
sure,
carry a
Oh,
grudge.
no, and so do I. But I can convince
100%.
myself I'm not bad, even though I am. But it's far easier for me to look at the people I love and say, well, that one's right. So Aries, if the person you love,
Yes, it's
committed
Aries.
relationship is an
Yeah.
Aries, 24 hours tops
Yeah.
to hold a grudge if you can get past their blast of anger.
So they react right away,
Temper.
and then it goes away.
It's over.
So they don't hang on to it. They
Yeah.
deal with it, which is actually
And we know a
Pretty
couple
good.
like that where we'll go over and we're hanging out with them and they'll have like a little spat right in front of us. And I call that dinner and a show. And they laugh. And Kath will always say on the way home, I'll say, well, that was a little awkward. She says, no, because isn't that great?
Yeah,
They
it's
deal
done.
with it and that's gone.
Yeah.
It doesn't hang over the whole evening.
I hate it.
They had their little thing and then they
Yeah.
either agreed to good or got it over with. And now it's done.
nothing drives me more batty than knowing that something's wrong and not addressing it
Yeah.
with my partner.
Right.
Like he knows something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Special level of passive aggressiveness.
yeah,
I'll do that
I'm
though.
waiting.
I'll ignore it.
And
Yeah.
his thing is, well, if I don't acknowledge it, then it didn't much like how I felt yesterday with Netflix. If I don't acknowledge it, it won't
Right.
happen.
Right.
Where instead it just stews. It's so much better just to get it out, deal with it,
Yep.
and then just move on.
So true.
Good for Aries. Okay.
Taurus. How long can a Taurus hold a grudge? If you're in love with a Taurus, you know this. Until they die. Maybe not even then.
They like to hang on to things.
So they put it in their will to make somebody else carry the grudge. Like, continue to carry this grudge for me after I'm dead, please. if
Don't
you
let
don't
this
mind.
go.
Gemini. Give it 30 seconds. It's gone.
Oh, that would be so nice.
That'd be great to be a Gemini.
Yes.
To not have to.
Well, and to be partners with one because, again, then you know it's
It's over with.
it's over. 30 seconds and then it's done.
You ever heard that about grudges? Is like
What?
drinking poison and thinking it will make the other person die?
Yes.
Carrying a grudge.
Much like anger.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anybody any harm but you.
drink poison thinking it's going to kill them.
Yeah.
Nope, it's not it. Cancer. How long can Cancer hold a grudge? Years.
Taurus and
years.
Cancer. Okay.
And years.
Okay, so they hang on to things too.
Leo. Not as long. Until the end of time.
See, and I argue that one because my husband is a Leo. He doesn't. He does not hold grudges to a fault, to the point where I
Like
will
he
hold
should?
his grudges.
Oh,
yes.
really? So you
I
do
get
because
angry
he
on
won't.
his behalf.
Yeah.
Something will happen, or I feel he should be holding a grudge against something or someone, and I'll be like, "No, no, why? Why? What's the point?" I'm like, "Really? I'll hold it for you then,
That.
'Cause that's not right."
Virgo can hold a grudge for a couple of months.
Again, a couple of months isn't awful. That's okay.
Yeah. Libra and Scorpio are weird. Libra, 0.02 seconds unless you really screwed up.
So you really have to screw up before they hold a grudge.
So Libra, for example, would not take part in road rage. It would just be a thing.
It might hit them, but it'd be gone as quickly as it came on.
Like a major betrayal, they'll
done.
probably handle it. Scorpio, get a load of this. Until hell freezes over,
Yep.
offer sex to be forgiven.
I don't think it says sex.
Offer sex to be forgiven.
Okay. Well,
And then that'll
sometimes
make it
maybe.
better? I mean,
Sometimes, not always.
Like
But
if you're-
as a Scorpio, I am a Scorpio, and yes, I hold grudges too. Whereas Wayne doesn't,
Mm-hmm.
I do hold his. I do. To a fault, I will hold a grudge.
I think if you're really
100%.
mad at somebody, I don't think sex is the answer. I don't think that, okay, I'm really mad at you, and then they say, well, then I'll have sex with you. I'm okay now. I don't
No,
do
not with that person. My partner may have sex with me just to make me feel better.
Well, that's what I mean.
To
I don't
help me-
know.
To help me get over what other grudge I have on someone else.
I don't know.
But that's what I mean, not always.
How long can Sagittarius hold a grudge? 2 days. So it's the weekend. So piss them off on a Friday. They're good by Monday.
Okay, they
Sagittarius.
acknowledge it, and then they move on.
Capricorn has its own. They've worked this one out. How long can Capricorn hold a grudge? Don't even bother apologizing. Just bring gifts.
Oh, so they're willing to move past it.
Right.
You just have to bring a gift
So acknowledgement that
Yeah.
you were wrong.
and money.
Something to make amends.
Say it with money.
Nothing more shallow than Capricorn.
But you know what? Hey,
Bring gifts.
I may be more forgiving if someone brought me a gift.
I know I screwed up, and here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, grudge is
Okay.
gone.
Yeah.
Grudge is gone. Aquarius, at least a year. It's
Wow.
going to take a calendar year before they're over
Some
the grudge.
take a little longer, yeah.
But that sure beats until the end of time.
Sure it does.
And Pisces, I don't know, because I'm a Pisces, 2 months. Pisces hold grudges
is that
for
right?
2 months. Nope.
Exactly. How long would you hold a grudge? How long have you held a grudge?
Well, I'm still in the midst of some that have been decades.
Exactly.
Yeah, forever, for all time.
Some things cut really deep. And
Yeah.
I think for me, it's because I put a lot of faith in people. And I know I do that. I know that stems from me, but
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked about, was it loyalty or trust? We were talking about trust.
Yeah.
I trust right off the bat. I will trust someone from the moment I meet them until I don't. And
Okay,
once you
right.
do that, I'm done.
As opposed to some people who say, I will.
You
I
have
will-
to earn the trust
Right.
first.
We'll be in a relationship, but I don't trust you until I can.
Exactly.
It's the other way around.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And I do feel like that. I will look at someone and think they are a good person until they're not. And it's the same with a grudge. I am happy to give and to give and to give and to be there for you and do all these things. But yeah, you screw me over, boom. You're done. You're
Done.
done.
For
and
how long?
that is very Scorpio. If you anything I've ever read about Scorpio, I'm like, oh,
Right.
well, that makes sense.
Yep. And that grudge will hold until hell freezes over.
Exactly.
Or they offer you sex.
It might soften a little bit, not just because of sex, but just through years, but it will never fully go away.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
and
will.
it's terrible. You know, and my faith teaches me that I'm supposed to be
Yep.
forgiving.
And I will to
That-
a point.
Yeah,
And then it's like,
but it's
no.
not supposed to be to a point.
I
And that's
know.
where I struggle with
I
it.
know.
Like, I know. If I want to be a better person, boy, I know what I'm supposed to do. And that's why it's the hardest.
It is.
And it's not a badge of honor, but okay.
I know.
I'll try.
And that's
I'll
what you do. You try, but it's hard sometimes.
really hard.
really hard sometimes. But anyway, that was an interesting
so it's
conversation.
funny, yeah.
Because people did call in, and I find anything when we do with astrological signs, like when we do the zodiacs and
Yeah.
everything, people, it does hit, it strikes a nerve, right?
Yeah, it's funny.
'Cause it gives
So
you some insight.
Julie phoned in because she's the Taurus who never gives it up, and her husband is a Gemini where it lasts like 30 seconds, and she's like, you guys
Nailed it.
nailed us.
Yeah.
Like he is exactly that way, and I carry him like a shopping bag. She can just keep these grudges with her.
And it was funny because she called us. The phone started ringing before we got off the air, and
Yeah.
then we got off the air and we talked to her. Can we go into
Yeah,
this?
oh, for sure. Yeah.
So we're pulling the curtain back a little bit. So Mark says to me after we talked to Julie, and it was a great conversation, and it would have been amazing to have her on air.
Yeah.
You made the comment that was really good. and I saw the phone ringing, but I was afraid that someone would be calling for Beat the Bank because it was the same time.
We normally play Beat the Bank.
And people play and they get the days wrong. And quite often we'll get the odd call around 7:40 asking about Beat the Bank. So that was fine. So then the phone calls again, or call comes through again. And what was her name? I don't think we got her name.
I don't think I got her name, but she wanted to know about Aries.
Aries.
What was Aries?
Yes. So we started talking about that. And
So I said, okay, hang
Yeah.
on. So then you did the weather, and then we brought her on air.
thinking, okay, another Julie.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll talk about this on air. And no sooner had we put her on air, she's like, okay, well, yeah, I was the Aries, but I had another question. Like before we even got to talk any more about it, she wanted to talk about Beat the Bank. I thought I was going to pee my pants. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, of course.
What did I say on it? Did I say I just want to die?
I don't know if you said that on air. Did you say that on air?
I just want to die.
I don't. I think you waited until we got off air before you said that. I do remember you saying
The purpose
that.
of not putting them on air was to avoid the Beat the Bank discussion, and I walked right into it.
Well, and it wasn't just the Beat the Bank discussion because I did kind of bring her back to the Aries thing, but then she started back in about how she didn't have a
wasn't letting that
computer because it's
She
changed
couldn't
this year. We
qualify.
need you to qualify online. And then that was the last thought was the fact that she couldn't qualify. I'm not playing again. And then we went into a song.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, live radio.
Yeah.
If you ever think that this is recorded, well, this is recorded, but on our morning show,
Yeah.
nope. And it's moments like that prove it that it's live.
So, Mark, why do
But
you
I
want to
love our
retire?
listeners.
Yeah,
I do.
know.
They
It's
keep
just
things
so,
entertaining.
It's so funny how we can call it that. Like we just know. We just
Well,
know
you
instinctively.
You knew.
This is a call I don't want to pick up. We were just talking about something. The phone rang. Nope, I don't want to talk to anybody after that.
The nice thing is it doesn't
So
just
funny.
happen to us. I think anybody who has worked in radio, even if you just listen to the radio, you've heard it before. People call in and it's
Yeah.
just random. We've had it with Galaxy of Games. We were running a contest and they have no idea what we're doing.
No idea what it is,
No
but they
idea.
phoned up
Yeah, they did. And that's kind of nice. It
to
is
say
nice
they
to talk
have
to
no
people.
idea. Well, thank you for calling and telling us you have no idea what the answer is.
Keeps us on our toes.
Yeah,
But it was funny anyway
and
this morning.
I've had things like when we have Jimmy on, and you and I will
God,
go.
Jimmy.
We'll just kind of make a reaction, and people will be like, "Oh, I thought that was going off the rails right there," because people know too. They've
Yeah.
listened to Jimmy for so long, listen to us.
But again, they think
So-
that he's in the next room.
Yeah,
Or he's not really Jimmy Hollywood or even live. He is in Hollywood. He is live. And he gets thrown off very easily if
he
we try
does.
talking to him.
I was talking today about Shazam.
Yeah.
and we kept calling the movie Shazam, and it's like there's an exclamation
It's like
mark at the
your
end,
wham.
and there's a lightning bolt there, and if you don't give it due as an English teacher, then I have no respect for you, Jimmy. Shazam! Then he got
But
better at it.
he played along eventually. He just
Yeah.
didn't. I wonder though sometimes if he can hear us.
The phone thing?
Yeah, I
See,
think
if he
it is a
was
phone
really
thing.
in the next room, why on some days would we start late because we can't get him on the phone? Like, that's a
Mm-hmm.
whole level of disguising the fact he's in the studio. No, every once in a while,
Just to throw people off.
when there's like 30 seconds to go in the song and we don't have him yet on the phone and
Yeah.
my stomach starts to hurt.
I know.
I don't like that.
Stresses you
Everybody
out.
thinks it's like it's all fun and games. No, like now I'm mad. Like, get off the, because I think he's talking to Woodstock then at that point
He
before
has
us.
how many other
I
stations?
think he does 52 in a day on Monday,
Yeah.
Wednesday, Friday. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, he only does about a dozen, of which we're one of them. And I don't think there's anybody before us. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, we can always get him whenever we want him. But we got to wait for him to wrap up his 1:45 station before he's ready for us. And that can
Sometimes,
be,
yeah.
if he goes late and we play a shorter song, Megan Trainor made you look 2 minutes long.
Or the
Thank
phone's not
you.
working at all.
Or the phone's not working.
Then we gotta try
Stomach
and
starts to hurt.
juggle and
Don't
dance
like
a little
it.
bit. I
Don't
know.
like
I'm
it.
sorry.
No,
I hope
it's not your
tomorrow
fault.
runs smoothly.
Yeah, you're not here
me.
tomorrow.
I am not here
'cause It's every hockey parent's dream, the season wrap-up tournament.
Yes.
You got a game today. You got your playoff game against
Oh yeah, we got a playoff game today, and then we
Central
head to Huntsville.
Hastings.
Center Hastings.
Center
tonight
Hastings.
in Marmora. Yep. And then we head to Huntsville. I think we're going to go after. Well, we are going after the game. I might go up earlier. I don't know yet. But anyway, yes, we're on our way to Huntsville for the weekend.
I love Huntsville. I just think it's such a wonderful
Me
place.
too. I was really looking. We were hoping to get there today,
Mm-hmm.
like to go up as soon as I was done here. But now we got to wait for this game. So I love that area too.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. It's just nice.
And you're going to go skating at Arrowhead?
I hope so. I'm
Oh
going to
my
take my
gosh.
skates. If we
That's
can
so
see, that
good.
was it. If we had gone up today, that was part of the plan. We thought we'd have this afternoon and then a good chunk of tomorrow to do that. And I'm hoping we might be able to still slide it in there.
Mm-hmm. How many teams are in this tournament?
Oh, good question. There's 2 tournaments. So there's our tournament, which is
course.
the U11, and then there's a U9 tournament. So there's a lot of kids.
It's crazy.
It is. We're guaranteed 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final on Sunday. So honestly, I don't know, Mark. There's a lot of kids up there this weekend.
We go
anyway.
in the summer with everybody else in the world.
Yep.
So I don't even know where the arenas are. I don't even know where the hockey arena, how you could possibly have that many games.
The arena there is hidden. I'll be honest.
I would have to be.
It's-
I have no idea. There's
Yeah.
only one. There would have to be like 5 ice pads for all these tournaments, right?
It's a newer complex. They do have multiple
Oh my
ice
God!
pads in there.
Like where? I've never seen them.
That's what I mean. Like it took us. Like it is. It's like down a side street and down and the roads. Hopefully they've got the roads finished because
it's-
last year when we
yeah.
were there, they were all tore up. But it's like down in a gully and around. It's not far for like you could walk from the main street. Like it's just a street over, but
right,
it's
well, I don't
back
know.
in behind and down. It's
tucked.
You don't even see it. I'm not
Okay.
saying in the summer too.
Yeah,
I don't know that would they use it for anything. Maybe?
That's what I mean. Maybe they take it down and they put it
trying to
away
think.
somewhere. The whole complex. They
I
just
think
take
there's
it
a
down.
pool in there. So
Oh
they
my
might use
God.
that. There'd be swim
You've got
meets
this
and
whole
stuff.
thing happening. All right, I had no
And
idea.
a huge walking track.
Oh my God, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find
it's
it this summer.
beautiful. It is beautiful, the arena up there.
Oh my God, I
You
had
do.
no idea.
This Recplex. It is incredible. So, yeah, I'm hoping it'll be a good weekend.
Have a
We'll
good one.
fun.
Tomorrow,
You
everybody,
too.
dress in green. Got that ready? We have our dad joke of the week, which is a St. Patrick's Day joke.
What?
I know that's
No.
craziness.
How did you find one?
I have no idea. It has something to do with a leprechaun.
Really?
Yes, no, it
Oh
does.
my gosh.
And you're not even here. I'll play it for you when we're done the podcast.
Okay, I
So you
want to
don't
say
feel
something,
without-
but I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, don't.
So, okay, let's just wait.
Don't. Go ahead, do the joke. Let's see if
Well,
it
I don't
is.
know the joke, but I don't want to give the punch. I'm afraid because you say leprechaun, I automatically think of a pot of gold. Does it involve a pot of gold?
No.
Yeah, okay, good.
So join us for that tomorrow. It's also International Sleep Day tomorrow.
It is.
Yeah.
Don't sleep in.
Don't sleep. Maybe.
I'm pointing at Mark.
Right.
Don't you sleep in
Because
tomorrow.
it's just me.
Yes.
I'm the only barrier between a show and no show. Show, no show tomorrow.
Jason will still be here.
Wrap up of the March break is going on and the first day of spring on Monday.
Oh, thank goodness.
Let's just get there. Have a great day today and a good weekend, okay?
You too.
Join us tomorrow on 95.5 Hits FM.